Hello, everyone. We're back yet again. Episode 10 of Season 2. This is going to be the finale for the season. I'm your host, Steve Fletch. My co-host here, Mitch Hartman. Mitch, how's it going?
It's great. I can't believe we finished the season.
Yeah, likewise. I am blown away. Small miracles. And we even have a guest today, if you can believe that. So today we have Blair Alley from Transworld. Blair, how's it going?
Great. Thanks for having me. Big fan, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Here we go.
Excited to
Pleasure
do
to
this.
have you on.
Coming to you from Sixes and Sevens skate shop here in San Diego.
And so, San Diego, I'm assuming you have Skate Mafia boards in there.
Those mini boards. You know the mini boards?
Yeah.
I think that's
Yes,
maybe
I do.
their best seller. We got everyone on the wall. We don't discriminate.
Amazing.
Support all the hard
Perfect.
goods.
I just picture San Diego being all Skate Mafia. That's just me being out here.
I think that's the world's vision of San Diego, but it's better than Osiris.
Skate Mafia and Slave.
Yeah.
Osiris, yes.
Yeah, no Osiris no more, please.
They're done.
The storm's over.
They didn't even make it into the shoe episode.
Yeah, I mean they're not still around, right?
All right.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. They definitely are.
I saw an ad on Instagram today for some D3s.
There you go.
But no team, right?
I don't
Or
think
do
so.
they secretly have a team in like a foreign country?
Yeah, like that DVS model.
We could go check.
It's the zombified
We are able
period
to
that
do
won't
these
die.
things.
We do know somebody that still gets boxes.
Of Osiris?
I know numerous
Is it
people.
Fred Durst?
Yeah.
I just got out of the box 2 pairs of Osiris's. Thank you, Osiris. They treat me like family over here. And I need some new shoes to skate, so let's see what we got here. Don't bark at me.
No, it's always like some generic like black shoe that could be anybody's shoe.
Don't mind me. I'm checking if Osiris has a team.
Josh Casper.
Was Lutska their last team rider?
What would their
pre-Chase
website
with.
be? I'm like blowing this one.
They don't even have a website, let alone a team.
I tried Osiris.
They couldn't
Osiris
afford the
Blair.
domain payment.
Yeah, it's gone. Quick, let's buy it.
There's no trace online of that company ever existing.
OsirisShoes.com.
Of course.
Well, on the they have. I see nothing for team.
Yeah.
It is just D3s.
Amazing.
This is it. I
I
can.
mean, dude, that shoe is like 25 years old.
It'll never die.
and
It'll
they're
never
still
go
making
away.
them.
There. Look at. Well, can you guys see what I put up? This is.
Holy
yet.
shit.
Oh my god! It's like an Adidas Matumbo gone really wrong.
Or it's kind of like their Skytop version.
They have a Kalis. Holy shit! Do you see the knockoff Kalis? Wow,
Wow.
that's insane.
Back to school 23.
Holy
Yeah,
shit,
they
that's
are.
so
Look,
many
line
They
shoes.
still have 10 different colorways of D3s.
We've
Oh,
got
the
more
Kalis.
to
Yes,
It
it's like the
looks like
D3 with the Kalis sole. And then there's their
Yeah,
Skytop right there. Wow.
And let's see, page.
Well, it's
2.
funny they got all mad with
Page
No,
like
this one, the Atlas. Look at this thing.
they got all mad
Yeah,
at the
what
rappers
the
ripping
hell?
off the D3 and then they're ripping off Kalis.
Why would you
Skytop.
even-
That
rip
looks
off
like
that
the
shit?
K-Links. But
Yeah,
like,
why would you?
if you ordered it on Wish.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Wow. Well,
Man,
Sick.
we're not 2 minutes into this podcast and we're already talking
We're
so
already
much
just,
shit.
just shitting all over some shoe company.
oh my god.
Welcome to the East Coast, Blair.
I
Yeah.
love it. Hey,
Holy shit.
I love the skate shop shit talk.
Oh, Shop Talk is where it's at.
Oh yeah.
That's what I live for.
Blair, in honor of having you on and your Transworld legacy, for today's episode, we thought it would be appropriate to talk about some of our favorite Transworld parts.
Love it.
And we picked some parts out. We put them in what we're going to call the randomizer, which is our Bob Shirt 5-panel hat.
High
I
tech.
guess we can pick a part at random, and then we'll get into it from there, if you're cool with that.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Unless you want to go, we could look around at more websites if you
No.
want.
I think we need a palate cleanse after looking at
The
those.
Globe might have a good one. Close my eyes and pick one. Oh. Mark Johnson from Modus.
It's a good one.
Cool. I remember he did a frontside no slide down some like handrail.
That was the cover. That was the box cover. Right?
That's
Yep.
Built to spill. One of the best uses of built to spill in a video part, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Start off with the Cliff Kaufman with the tuxedo, right, and the cigarettes.
Yep.
Mark Johnson's second Transworld part. He had a part in Uno, right?
So that's a good one. I mean, Blair, you're pretty well versed on this stuff. So, how many guys have had 2 parts? Richard Angelides and him.
Muska.
Oh, is it Angelides in like Interface or something?
He shared a part, right, with Cheney?
I think so, yeah. But then Shaney had a part in Modus that Beeble like closed out with all those tricks down med choice. I mean, Heath had parts in 4-wheel drive and Sight Unseen. Mikey Taylor was in Bloom and then shared a part with Paul and Jeremy later. So Paul and Mikey kind of had 2 parts.
The Muska one still blows me away because when we were thinking of parts, I was like, I know he's got the feedback one.
Uno.
Or, feedback.
Closed out Uno.
And then Uno, and I went to watch it, and the intro or like the stuff of him like driving around in the car is like 2 minutes, and the skating is like 35 seconds.
Really? I fuck it.
It's ridiculous. It's literally the part is like 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and the skating starts at like 140 or something. Amazing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Uno had Willie Costin, Rick Jaramillo. I think Uno had a couple really good montages too.
Reynolds in 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, Reynolds was in 4-wheel drive and feedback.
Okay.
Did Barra was Barra in like 2 of them? I don't know.
Crazy. This is 23 years ago, this part.
Sharing it too.
So this is when he was on A-Team?
Could have been.
Oh, all right, cool.
Was it Enjoy? I saw some A-Team stuff.
So I think it's like right in the mix because I think it's like in between tilt mode videos.
Yeah, like the baggy kits.
He's rocking like the
everybody
MD2s.
in this time period, I think like everybody looks cool as long as their shirts aren't too small. Like pants look good. This is
yeah, because if you go back and pull up MJ's Uno part, that's when he was like Dickies in like a tight white tee. And then
and he still had hair, right?
Yeah,
for
sure.
Because it's like 7 Steps to Heaven, like Maple era.
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, so sick.
Yeah, I mean this footage goes right in with this tilt mode part. It's like same era, same spots.
Yeah.
So, hey Blair, I got a question for you then too, just out of like curiosity here, and if you can't answer it, that's cool. But like, so would these guys get paid from Transworld to give parts, or that would just be the filmers and they get their travel or whatever?
Yeah, no, the skaters wouldn't get paid. They wanted to be in the Transworld parts because it was such like a big, kind of like a career milestone to be in a Transworld video at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah, like the brands would all be stoked if their dude got chosen, and then the brands would obviously advertise to support the video, like America.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's some incentive.
Enjoy. Yeah, so it's like, hey, Mark's going to be in this. I mean, back then, I'm assuming this is how it went. It would have been like, Mark's, going to be in our next video, so, how much, what's in your budget to support it, or here's like, the package you'll get for X amount of dollars, and then I think Transworld, would largely pay for the trips because this would have been like Ty Evans and John Holland, and so they had, they were on salary, they had travel budgets, and then I don't know if like Mark's sponsors would have pitched in for travel or if Transworld covered everything, and then that came out of like the skaters sponsors advertising, and then they would make so much money when they. Yeah, and then when the videos came out, they'd like make so much money on DVD sales and VHS sales, that they'd kind of, they're profitable. They cranked them out every year, And and pretty much, like any skater that ever had a Transworld part was like, yeah, that was one of the biggest things in my career. Like I went pro after that, or I got a shoe after that, or like that's the part everyone always talks about.
Everybody waited for those videos to come out.
Yeah, and I think John Holland,
especially that era.
Yeah, and I think John Holland and everyone else, Ty, Greg Hunt, Chris Ray, whoever, they're really good at kind of just making the dudes look the best that they ever did. I think a lot of guys, the best video part was a Transworld part for a lot of dudes.
And I saw he skated those DWP ledges. We tried to go back when I was there, like 2 weeks ago. We tried to go look at it.
Yeah, what are they?
And even just walking back there, security was like on it. Like we didn't even get like down the little like walkway to get to the ledges, and they were already like coming out.
I'm surprised they're still there, like right in the middle of downtown LA. It's so crazy. Interesting spot.
So would you guys, that part pretty cool? How would we rank that in? I mean, that's a pretty, I wouldn't put it, if you're going, top 10? It definitely wouldn't be a top 10 Transworld part. But I'd say that could fall somewhere top 20.
It's good. It's a great, like you said, like a time capsule of that era when he was like in between those tilt mode videos and like before he had, before he went to chocolate, and then that's when it like really went off.
I think this part's a good example of like the song and the skater and the editing all mixing like really well.
What you were into at that point, but I was I was really into those like tilt mode videos and like where we would sell a shitload of Enjoy boards.
And maybe with like in the Enjoy videos, there's a lot of like goofing off and pick like a fun '80s song, but this was like, all right, let's make like a classic part.
Yes. Yeah, making it even better. Just like the whole presentation is more.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure that's part of the, what eventually led him to getting on chocolate. I'm sure that had something to do with it. Because right after Modus, it might have been. Was that Ty's last Transworld video?
Yeah.
It might have been because he was skating with Carol and Rick and Scott a bunch in that one. So he might have gone to Girl right after Modus. And then, then Mark was a few years later.
My favorite Mark Johnson part was that Maple part, 7 Steps to Heaven. I mean, I remember seeing that, and it was like a triple dubbed copy of,
with the handrail.
Like this dude, like we came across, there wasn't a lot of Maple stuff by us out here. But it was like, there's this dude and he has 2 songs and it's insane. And, I remember watching that and it was just like, holy shit, dude, this is like the best skateboarder.
Yeah, he was living in like East County, San Diego, like randomly. And I remember talking to a guy at a shop out there and he was like, this guy's the most consistent skater I've ever seen in my life. Because he had there was a crazy like 4-on-1 ad. It was a Maple 4-on-1 ad. Maybe like switch hard flip down the EMB Big 3 or something. Some like impressive stuff.
Out of nowhere. Was he from North Carolina? Something like that. Mm-hmm. And now he's done. Got on Adidas and that was the end of him. What did he have? A powder blue Adidas shoe and he did something on a bench? Like it was like a schoolyard bench?
He had another colorway. He had like a mid-top red one too. Yeah, Business and Company started, and then I heard it's back again for like the 3rd time, but I don't know.
Well, wasn't there something in between too and he got kicked off of? Like it was Dave Mayhew had something, or was Dave Mayhew, did he have something to do with Business and Co? And then there was
Oh, that was the what was that called? With like
Unbelievers.
Shannon May?
Yes.
Otherness? Is that
Otherness, that's it.
Otherness.
Unbelievers is Scott Bourne. Yeah.
Oh no, Otherness. Yeah, he was on that before Business and Company started, but I think it was like that he was just supposed to have like a guest board to kind of like in between it, and then
off of that,
Business
Business
and Co. got it started.
Done. Pretty crazy, like from the top of the top to like done. But that is the skateboard universe, as they say. On to the next one, gentlemen.
Yeah, let's go.
So I'm not cheating, because I really want to pull Richie Jackson out of here.
Which one?
Richard Angelides, First Love. No, I definitely.
Oh, someone put Richie in there?
I should have. Put some parts like that up. TNT and
some whammies in there.
Hey, I like that TNT.
I remember working at a shop when that came out, and I remember I was like, this video's on all day. That was in Bloom. That's the one I don't think I've ever sat down and watched all the way through. I know that. Like,
it's good. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, whose First Love part did you pull?
Richard Angelides.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which
another one where the song.
I think I need a refresher.
Yeah,
good song. It's like a kind of like folksy rock song.
Mm.
Do you see Richard? Richard's out in New York still, right? In Brooklyn, maybe?
Yeah, I have. And the last thing I'm not in the city that often, but it just when Bob Shirt did the interview with him. But I remember he was posting on Instagram for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bob Shirt did the Bob Shirt interview with him a few years ago.
But it's so sick. I thought it was so cool when he had his shoe on Adidas.
Yeah, they finally did when they did the Respect Your Roots with him and Drake, Kareem, and Joey Bast.
Yeah. I had the Drake ones for sure. I was psyched on that.
I think I got the Richard ones. I think I got the high top white one. I went to the little party. They did it at the KO store on Fairfax.
That's gone, right? That's been gone?
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to those benches.
Yeah, they had like uni benches or something, right? In their garage that you could skate. It's crazy. They probably still have them in the warehouse.
Those things are ridiculously hard to move.
And it's pretty crazy. If I'm not mistaken, Richard Angelides is one of like 3 people to like quit Alien Workshop. I think he was on for like a day.
Oh yeah, his 411 Wheels of Fortune in like issue 2. He was on Alien.
I think and quit
Oh wow,
that.
I didn't know that.
I always thought he was sick.
You know, some of the raw footage of these tricks were in some recent Jason Hernandez episodes. Is
I don't
the
know.
song? Can you guys hear the song on your end?
You know what? I can turn the volume up first. I can put it on for a little bit.
There you go.
All right.
Dude,
And that's his ender.
We're trying to keep
manual.
our monetization here, our 8 cents for the episode.
Oh right.
I got to
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
it in
yeah.
little intervals.
Oh man,
I
All right,
paused
yeah,
him.
yeah.
that screen's
I paused to
frozen.
look.
Are you trying to whack him?
Uh-oh.
No, he's not. Dude.
Are we-
He's legit.
Are we
right
gonna
there.
are we gonna have Wrecking Ball pop up right now?
You can-
Wait a second.
So sick. It was pretty crazy too, because he was like manual ballerina, and then he could like toss himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always thought that was pretty
Yeah,
sick.
he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this part's great. I haven't seen it in a long time. Yeah,
And it's
First Love
done.
had a good lineup.
I like that video a lot. That's one of the
Yeah,
ones I
yeah.
watched more of. On to the next one. Oh, this is a good one for at least I think so. Henry Sanchez, Sight Unseen.
There you go.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
One of the classic comeback parts in the Transworld video, huh?
So how did that come about? Because this was like a comeback part almost. So how did that spark? Is somebody here? He was skating again, and
That's before I worked at Transworld. You know, that's 2000. That came out in 2001, so that means they filmed it in 2000. So I don't know. That's a question for John Holland and Greg Hunt.
right. I'll have to. Because this was. So when did you start at Transworld then?
They had a business magazine, like the Transworld Business Mag, that I started working for in 02, and then started working for like Transworld Skateboarding in 04.
Awesome. I remember those business
So
ones. Those were
anything-
pretty. Like the shops got
Yeah,
them.
they went especially exactly if you worked at a shop or a brand, they only went to like shops and brands. It was like I don't know, kind of like a news bi-monthly kind of news thing.
It was cool.
Yeah, I like those a
remember.
lot.
Yeah. I thought it was cool.
It's fun, yeah.
You couldn't get them, so it's kind of like I work at the shop. I get to see this. Like I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
Very
I love
elite
that it
magazine.
starts off
Remember
with
the-
all the old footage.
Oh yeah, it starts off and is it beginning of his part? No, Marcus does the voiceover in the beginning of this part, right?
Yeah, I could probably.
In the beginning of Carol's part, it's Sam Smythe, but it never says who it is. The beginning of Carol's Modus part. Yeah, this part has some of Marcus's gnarliest like Pier 7 tricks too.
Yeah,
yeah.
this was so sick.
Nollie frontside flip maybe.
Yeah, man, it was so crazy because this is when he was supposed to get on aesthetics, and
And then he got on DGK for a minute, but maybe that was a bit
No,
after this.
I remember having his board. I was like, a Henry Sanchez board. I got to get this, and yeah, he
Really?
was on for like a board.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think
And
boards
then
came out.
Nadia footwear. Oh, it's Marcus skating the Dill Vitas.
Maybe I should
Yeah.
stay underground, but you can't come back, cause real rap fans, they hate you.
And then
I love that shoe.
Henry went to Lucky, right? He had a board on Lucky after that.
He was, if I'm wrong, correct me, but he was like on Lucky and team manager, and I think it was so he couldn't get kicked off. Like they were like, "Hey, you just run the show, dude. You're team manager." Yeah, I had his Lucky board. I was always a huge Henry Sanchez fan. I was so bummed when I was like, "Aesthetics, he's gonna get on aesthetics," and then what I heard, and again, I don't know if it's true, was that, and I think he didn't. He said in his 9 Club it wasn't that, but that he like wanted money, and they're like, "Your board didn't come out yet. We can't pay you," and he was like, "I want money." And then they were like, "Yeah, dude, we don't have boards yet." So I think they dropped them before, but he made it seem like something else in the 9 Club, not that it was that. So, urban legend, I guess.
The urban legend button pops
Yeah.
up.
Also, he has like an amazing ability to have horrible color matching, but be able to pull it off. Have like a yellow hat, blue shoes, red shirt, and but he'll pull it off.
So
sick,
much
man.
Third Army footage.
Price came down quick. I flip it around and make
Yeah, and that's got to be cool in a way and not cool. You know, like that you can skate. It's like Muni, like or like skating Love Park. You can skate these spots the whole time, but again, it's also like so you get a lot done, but it's like the part kind of looks not as cool as going other places.
Yeah, it's funny because Third and Army's still there, and like you never see footage of that place anymore.
Yeah, it is wild. You just don't see it at all.
Yeah, I mean it was years ago, but I was in San Francisco. Gosh, I don't know. It was years ago, but we went there. I think I was with someone who had never been and wanted to see it, and I was curious to see what shape it was in. Everything was waxed up perfectly. No one there. I was like, "What the hell? This is so crazy."
Yeah,
So it must
and
just
that was
be like I don't know, certain small little percentage of ledge skaters that go there and keep it nice.
Yeah, here, yellow hat, blue and red shirt.
There's the kit, the colorful kit.
But yeah, Mitch, you should have all the Muni kids go to Third and Army. Yeah, green pants, red shoes, gloves.
Close.
Man.
But then, like, Bobby can film a whole part at Pulaski, and it's sick.
Yeah, yeah. It would be sick if he filmed a part at Third and Army. I think that we got to push for that, man. We have to like start a petition. Somebody's got to film a Third and Army.
Has that
part.
never been done? No one's done an all Third and Army part.
I'm sure somebody has, right? Maybe.
I don't know.
Somebody's gotta do that.
Busenitz have some like marathon line where he went all the way down and back, and it was like a minute long? That's almost a part.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that part's
Pretty
pretty.
sick.
Those Marcus tricks are ridiculous.
Good part. Was that Henry's last part? Like he's ever put out?
Probably. Because I feel like now he's just been like he was on that Instagram kick for a little bit, but I don't think he's been.
Dude, the tricks he was doing on his box, he's like, yeah, dusted off some
somebody-
old ones during my lunch break, and it's like the most insane ledge tricks ever. I'm like, geez.
And the worst box ever. The thing looked like such a piece of shit.
Just doing like insane ledge tricks on this box. Like I haven't done this one in a while, and it's like some like switch flip, switch crook. It's like, jeez.
Yeah, exactly. Like, heel flip back nose blunt. It's like, on like a shitty box with like round coping and.
Yeah.
So
I
funny.
think that's his last part.
That was his last video part in 2001, and he's still relevant.
Yeah, dude, so sick. That's a
hold
top
up.
10 part for me in Transworld history. So crazy. It's crazy too. Like when he kind of, I guess, was like coming back and skating, and it was wild that like he couldn't find an actual normal filmer. All right,
Yeah,
On
so
to the-
what's in the randomizer?
let's see. I should just make a Richie Jackson one and throw it in here. We could. For every one of these, we should have to pick an equally poor Transworld part to go along with it. All right, here we go. Josh Kalis, Sixth Sense.
Ah, classic.
Yeah.
Big ledges, little ledges. Big stairs, little stairs.
Long ledges, short ledges. One of his best parts. I mean, where does this rate in
Kalis lore?
Kalis's career? Yeah, I think it's top.
Top.
Top
This is the
one.
top part.
Top 3.
Top 1.
This is the best part. All right.
This might be
I wouldn't
better.
argue with that.
This, the song,
What,
everything.
photosynthesis or
This,
time
this,
code.
this went hard, man. This was like. Time code was cool.
This is like peak.
Yeah. Dude, this was peak with like the links. And.
Yeah, peak
Stevie
Kalis
in this,
era
though?
right here.
Like broke Stevie.
This is
before he
the-
got on
Yeah.
it.
This is
Dude.
Stevie's comeback right here. This
Dude, this is the
Stevie's
part.
first skate footage after he quit skating.
Yeah, like after all the profile and all that stuff.
Yeah, little Stevie on Element, and then he quit skating, and then yeah, this is like his first footage back. So
Dude, this was.
yeah, look at that kit. That's a good kit right there.
He would wear that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's pretty much never changed his style.
These Rudy Johnson DCs.
Yeah,
You
those
know,
are
it
good.
is pretty wild because he really didn't change. And there was a point, like, what was it, Minefield when he was in it? And I was kind of like, this dude looks so dated. Even the DC video, I was like, this dude just looks dated. And now I'm like, oh, he's the best.
Dude, those EXP
Never
boards.
changed.
I used to sand the sides of those.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hated full dip.
That's the only full dip boards I would run. Did this spot, 5th and Catherine in Philly, where there was like a big hole in the ground so you could put the picnic table going up. It was like the first time I'd ever seen like a recycled plastic table. Like, they skated a bunch in here, but it was so cool. Right?
Stevie like nollie nose manuals up it.
Yeah. Dude, Stevie has that line in here in New York in the Filas. So good.
The Reeboks.
Really? Yeah. Oh, Reebok. Sorry.
Yeah. That was. Oh my god. So is the nollie nose manual in this? It is in this video when he nollie nose manuals on the table.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Pretty wild too. Stevie has all these like colored wheels, like those Spitfire red, white, and blue wheels.
Yeah, 'cause I'm sure he was taking whatever he could get because he didn't really have sponsors at this point. He was
so funny
skating whatever.
Man.
And then the reason's probably like 3 years after this, and it's like full Pro for Chocolate, killing it.
Yeah, that was Stevie's peak.
Yeah, because it was like Chocolate Tour and that right around the same time, right?
Was Chocolate Tour after that? Chocolate Tour was before that, I think. Yeah, here we go.
Because a lot of the Chocolate Tour stuff is like his sponsor me tape stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, this line too.
Those wheels. It is so insane to me. The Howards, dude, so good.
Yeah.
Everything at Guess Jeans. This is like
all this up with the cast on.
Yeah.
The nose grind shove.
Huge independent sticker. This is the line, Mitch?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like magical.
Yeah.
And technically, like, none of it is that ridiculously hard, but it just looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just the way he did it and what he's wearing.
Yeah, this was like...
This must have all been filmed in like a few days, because he's got that giant indie sticker in a ton of the clips.
Yeah. He probably, went to New York once and then just filmed with Josh in Philly.
Oh, yeah, there's another love clip with it.
There it is.
I think
there's an eye nose manual.
There it is.
Yeah, so the shirt, so that's called the Alien Workshop. The shirt was called The Seed. And
oh yeah, because wasn't he going to get on Alien for a little bit? There was like
Josh was trying to get him on. Yeah, so he was just like probably like, here's clothes, take whatever. And I remember Papalardo telling me like, oh, that shirt, that's called The Seed. He's like, those are sick. And I remember like telling the shop like, hey, you got to order that Seed shirt. I never ended up getting it. I always wanted it. Pointless story, but so sick, man.
Yeah. That's insane.
So, all right. So here's another one
Trey
now.
flips it, and then Josh Trey flips it in a line.
Yeah. No, Stevie's was switch tray, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you said?
Oh, my fault.
Yeah. Look at early courthouse.
Man.
Switch 50 and a handrail.
Yeah, Josh is just, I mean, so good right here.
This is when these dudes like
Dude,
ran
those
work
links.
shit.
Oh,
There, that's the right side of your truck to do a front crook on. Or Kalis in the in the Transworld Park, we would talk about that because he would call out like rail skaters, like handrail guys that would do a front crook on a handrail, but they'd be on the wrong side of the truck.
It's amazing.
See, this switch backside flip where the car is coming right down the thing.
Yeah.
Satisfied.
So good.
It's a great part.
Yeah, that might be one of my favorite Transworld parts.
Oh, so do you rank that? You guys rank that one a top 5? Is that
Could
a top
be.
5?
I've never really tried to write down my top 5.
There's so many
Transworld parts. Shit, there's so many. Yeah, I know. I was like just going through the titles, and I was like, oh, like Perpetual Motion and Outliers. Like it's like I kind of forgot about some of them, and each one of those has like 5 solid parts. You know,
I totally forgot about those.
Substance has like T-Funk and John Nguyen. Has like T-Funk and John Nguyen.
Was it Riddles and Mathematics?
Riddles had Yagier and Bobby DeKaiser and Bobby Wurst too. And then Duet was banging too. When I was writing down my videos for the hat, I was like, I got to stop. I got to just like the first kind of like 5 that came to mind, and then I got to stop. Otherwise, it'll be like 20.
Mitch didn't stop. Mitch gave like 80.
I gave 10. I couldn't decide.
Hey guys, we're gonna do 5. Mitch was overmotivated.
That's good. I like the surprises.
Which is good.
Like you said, there's so many to choose from. It's impossible to pick.
It's all right.
It is.
That's a better
Yeah, no.
problem to have than like, shit, I can't even come up with
Yeah,
5.
exactly.
Yeah, well, that was almost me. I was the last one, and I'm like, oh shit, that's already taken. That's already taken. When they were filming that riddles and mathematics video with Thiessen in the city, Mandible Claw hit me up, and he's like, hey, I'm skating. You want to come out? And I was like, all right. So he was with those dudes. I didn't know who Bobby DeKaiser was, and I didn't know he was with them. So I thought he was some random kid like tagging along. And yeah, it was pretty funny. So I was like, who is this weird kid like not talking? Like, is he like special or like? And it was Bobby DeKaiser. So he left. It was pretty weird too, because I guess when Thiessen left, he left, and then Ben Gore and Leo Valls was there, and they went back to Collins, and it was like, was David Clark in that video too?
He might have had tricks in like Bobby Worth's part, maybe.
I don't know, there was something, but it was Ben Gore kept saying like he was like, yeah, I introduced myself like 8 times to Bobby DeKaiser, and he won't answer. I thought that was pretty funny. He's like, he'd go skate, and he's like, he would be skating. He's skating, and I'd just go up. So Ben Gore would go over, skate flat in front of Bobby DeKaiser, and he'd like walk away. He was secretive or something. I don't know. It's kind of funny though. The inner workings of the sponsored skaters.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely something.
For what it's
with
worth.
Transworld videos, you know, sometimes it would be 5 guys from all different sponsors that have never traveled together, and so, you know, sometimes it would mesh and you'd make lifelong friends, and other times it was like, I can't skate with this guy, so they'd have to split them up, and yeah, they would work with a guy for a year and then kind of move on to the next the next group of guys.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, cool. See you
Yeah,
never.
sometimes, yeah. Jason Hernandez was saying sometimes that's what it was like, and it was like kind of a bummer.
Any of these you can get into?
What's that?
Any of these that you can get into? You can say no. It's fine.
Oh, of like guys who didn't get along.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something with like Malto and Gravette?
Oh, but that was because Gravette got hurt.
Gravette
Yeah,
kept getting
exactly.
hurt,
So he thought
right?
there's a Malto curse. Yeah, I think Smolik kind of bummed some people out just because he's Smolik. Like I don't know. In that
it's a
let's
little
do
much.
this. It's like him, Emmanuel Guzman, Clint Peterson. I've heard a funny story. They were going to Australia and they're all on the plane, and like Smolik hadn't shown up. They're all fuck, like he's not gonna make the plane, and they're like, all right, we're about to close the doors. It's flight to Australia, and then like last dude on the plane is Smolik with like the furry hooded coat and like headphones on coming down the aisle, and then I think Clint Peterson, they didn't know each other, so Clint was like goes to introduce himself. What's up? I'm Clint, and Smolik just like walked right by him, found his seat on the plane. Again, that's an alleged rumor. We need to drop that button, but it's a funny story.
Yeah, it's a funny story.
I think They all went up to Santa Cruz to film like Emmanuel and his spots, and I think Smolik and Emmanuel got into like a fight or something, and so then Emmanuel's like, I don't want to be around him, like minor shit.
What the hell are you Googling?
Well,
Tactical man.
Come on. It just reminds me. Yeah, Blair. You know what I'm looking for now is Kevin Davis.
Kevin Davis,
Remember
yeah,
that dude?
fake.
He was like the best skateboarder that.
Varial heel to like lip slide down a handrail. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. From my
was
mom's,
insane.
yo. Was it manual labor? He was
Tactical
in?
Manual? Is that the one you're thinking of, or Troubleshooter?
It was one of those.
Either Tactical Troubleshooters or Tactical
Troubleshooters?
Manual. Those are the Steve Celentani videos that have some really good footage.
Yeah, because there was the one and he has like no shirt on, fur coat in his intro. That's what I was just looking for.
That's a
It's
good
like,
memory. Yeah, he was kind of like an underground San Diego legend.
But it was.
It must not be up there.
David skate park.
I got the whole video here. I'll find it, dude. He was. Mitch, did you ever see this?
Yeah. I mean, I
He's
don't
like
remember.
the-
I've seen it before, but not like in the last 20-something years.
He was like the best
Dude,
skateboarder
there's
ever.
such
It was so insane to me how good this
there's
dude
such
was.
crazy footage in these videos, man.
Not on anything. Oh, come on. I'll look a little longer. I'm not gonna hold you guys up all night.
Dude, these spots are so classic.
God.
Oh, nobody marked the chapters on this one?
Oh, maybe somebody did. Some of these dudes are.
Nope.
just-
0 comments.
I'm sure this video didn't get a lot of play. Were these? So is this like a San Diego-based video?
for
You'd
sure.
say, right?
But is the guy who made it, Steve Celentani, is from Wisconsin with like Dave Mayhew and Aaron Snyder and Brian Emmers and all those dudes. So they all moved to San Diego, and because I think Celentani was made like a skate shop video up in Wisconsin that they all skated for. So they all moved to San Diego at the same time, and he was kind of like the default filmer. and then for whatever reason, yeah, he just did these are his solo videos that he did. He shot photos too. He kind of was like, could do it all. Shout out Steve Celentano.
I mean, I guess I'm a little off topic, but when Troubleshooters came out, like I remember watching that video. I was like, holy shit, dude, these dudes are all amazing.
They were. Yeah, I remember seeing like raw footage of all
Ellinex.
those dudes of like Emmers, Aaron Snyder, Dave Mayhew. Yeah, they're all super good.
I can't believe.
Oh,
you
that was
wanna
crazy.
see this bad.
Dude, he switched crooked grinds like a 20-stair hubba into a wall, if I recall. There was something like that. Like,
I mean, if it's not in, this is. Did you already scrub through? Oh, look at there.
it can't be
92.
Troubleshooters.
Okay,
that one,
then it might be this, or I mean, did he have a part in an Osiris video? I don't think so. I think he was ever on Osiris.
Man, my spelling is awful. Manual labor. Maybe it was in this.
See, I don't remember this
Come
one.
on, somebody help me out.
Step up ring.
Nobody did it, but it's
You're
gotta
just
be.
making so much editing work for yourself.
Dude, I don't care. This is
Rodney
to me. This is
Mullen,
Rodney
what the
Mullen.
hell? Damn Peugeot.
Damn
No
Peugeot.
way!
Bro.
Is this the one? Do they show him? Please tell me this is when he dies.
Was that in this? No, because that was in the credits of a way more popular
No,
video.
that was in.
Yeah,
Was that in a Logic?
it was in the
Like,
credits of like a
something-
digital or a Logic. That's what it was. It's fucking
Oh
so
my God.
classic.
I think it was a digital.
Best slam ever.
Yeah, and this has to be the video it's in. I can see those. Like, yes, found him.
Is this Kevin Davis? Oh, there he is.
That's
Found
with the board.
Yeah,
Oh, what's he's got there? Oh, he's
Oh
got
my
girls in his
God.
intro.
yeah. This is like, I don't know. Just me being from New York, this is like what I picture as San Diego.
Nice.
Not
Oh, you're
Dan
100%
Pagoo
right.
and his,
Dan
50-50
Pagoo's
kick.
Canadian. Oh, here we go. Kevin Davis. Here we go. There he is. Look at that. And he's got
Oh,
three
no
chicks.
shirt on.
She's got the
Yeah.
popsicle. Oh,
Oh
she
my god,
jumped
the
out.
song
the car.
too.
Did they change the song?
What's this? The
They
freaking
couldn't
Spice
have.
Girls?
They wouldn't have bothered.
Did it start like this and then he skates the Method Man? Yeah. So they changed the song for whatever this is. Why would? I can't win, dude. He skates the
Wow,
Method
We're gonna
Man,
have to dub it.
but. So let's see. What stance is he?
He's goofy.
Goofy. Goofy, yeah.
Yeah, the one trick I remember is the fakey
Dude,
varial
it's-
heel to lip slide down a rail. I don't know if it's in here, but like I don't think it.
That's his lab for my mom's, yo. Yeah,
Oh my god, he's got a Henry Sanchez kit on.
yeah. But it's so this is the best.
see.
Like, his friend's filming this. Just hold the camera,
For
man. We
sure.
got this.
Does he do a switch tray? What?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Just
this
I
simple
just I don't
early
know.
2000s yellow T-shirt.
God.
Yeah.
Dude, he's-
Skate park. I remember that was like when
yeah,
park was
that's
legal
the
in a
Santee
park. Like,
skate
you
park.
could
Yeah,
kinda
there's
get
only
away with
like
it.
Oh, well, that was kind
couple
of
skate
wild.
parks in San Diego.
Dude, this is like still good now. That's this part always, and it was just like, but this dude seems like,
Dude, in, like
He's
shiny
insane.
mesh shorts.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
He's got Henry Sanchez beating the kit department.
Damn, he was
Jesus.
good. Kevin Davis video
More
part.
skate park. Jeez.
Yeah. It's so wild. Like you picture this dude come. This is it. Wasn't Switch, but he smashes into a wall. Like, you can't even land that.
That is amazing. What's he do over that?
Look
Switch
at
back
that.
when A the hard way? Dude, I don't remember that. Manual labor. Did he go to jail?
Is that
But-
Nolly heel nose slide?
They changed. Yeah, dude. This is like the best skater nobody gave a shit about.
Oh, is this it? Is
Look
this
at
the
this.
fakey barrel heel?
But why did they put this music in? Then he's like, "Damn, that hurt, yo," and then he's like, "For my mom's, yo." I could like, "For my mom's," and then it changes songs again.
How was that?
That is.
Oh, is that
bonkers.
Nolly? Is that Nolly
So
barrel heel
crazy.
to board slide? Okay, I always thought
Nolly.
it was fakey barrel heel.
Yeah, yeah.
Either way, what a wild trick. Damn. missed out on that one.
Well, that was 2001, so we can't blame Blair.
Yeah, before my time. So exactly, before my time. Yeah, I might be able to.
You
track
get the
him down
pass,
if
Blair.
he's still in SD and not
Kevin
in jail.
Maybe he needs his comeback part. Screw the Henry Sanchez comeback. We need a Kevin Davis.
Or he's like an insurance salesman, like something
God.
so like.
Watch. It's like, no, I tracked him down. He's in jail. It was
Yeah,
Kalis
Kalis
was
was
last.
last.
All right. And I apologize
that's
about
good.
going off on that one
I,
there.
I like the tangents.
Here we go.
Oh,
The
all right.
Cobra in bloom.
Skating the
Yes.
Misfits.
I've never
Still got
watched
the
that.
baggies
before.
on. Oh, really? It's good.
You've never watched it once.
It's Chris Cole. This is like
Yeah,
rocker
it
Chris
was like
Cole, right?
freshly,
It's like the start of
freshly on.
still skating in
Exactly,
joy boards.
freshly on zero. Had to ditch the bright orange or bright yellow shirts, and
Dude, he has those lines. He's got these lines at Chafee that are so good.
he's got skates to die my darling, right?
There's a lot of Pat
didn't touch his
Benatar,
tail.
Joan Jett. You know,
Like
basically
Joan Jett
like-
on wheels.
Joan Jett on wheels. Like, who in their right mind at 20 years old has an imaginary band called Hot Wax? And he's so stoked on Hot Wax, it's
I was
insane.
there for the Hot Wax era.
He's just excited about where he's at in
Yeah,
skateboarding right
live.
now, and like everything's coming together for him, and it's showing everywhere. You know, showing in his personality and his style and his skating. And I'm stoked that I could get behind him and show the tweaked world.
Is that
of
Kevin
Chris Cole.
Davis in
I
store?
wish that'd be incredible. It's a special guest, Mike Fitz.
Who we got?
You know, Mitch and Steve with DOA.
Oh, no
Yeah,
way.
What up, guys? How's it going?
I know. Yeah. What's up?
Another one of the co-owners stopping by.
I got a funny story I think I've told already. But Mike, you remember when you came to New York and we met up when you guys were doing
Yeah.
the rounds and it was like, oh, you advertise, and we
Yep.
went out to dinner.
Dude,
and
you
we
need
went
pause
to
this Cobra part. You're letting everything go by.
Let Chris Cole
Nobody
lead.
cares about Kobe. You know what's funny though? I'll for you guys I'll pause
Let's pick
it
it back up. Okay,
Um,
let's talk.
here. But yeah, so we went and I met Mike and we skated around. They're like, oh, we're gonna go get dinner, and I was like, all right, cool. And I had like $5 on me, so we went to
Meatball
this
shop.
meatball
I was
place.
gonna say you went to the meatball.
Do you
shop.
remember this, Mike? Yeah, and we went. So I was like, oh, I'm broke. This sucks. And I got one meatball. Everybody's getting the kitchen sink, you know, and so everybody's like kitchen sink, which was like everything, and I'm like, yeah, one meatball and a water. Yeah, and then everybody gets up and leaves, and I don't know if it was you, Mike. I said it too, but I was like, are we just ditching on the check? This is kind of badass. And they're like, no, everything's covered. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was like, I would have got two
I
meatballs.
remember that fondly. I thought you knew
If I
from
knew.
the gate that we had your dinner covered for coming out to meet us.
One meatball.
Yeah, no. Which I do appreciate, and thank you guys. But yeah, no, I'm used to running a brand where, like, you know, everything we're like broke as can be, so I don't picture like if we went out it'd be like,
Fire and
have,
grip
like,
tape,
half a
guys.
burger,
Everyone gets one
Yeah.
meatball. The tab's Dutch.
one meatball. It was a great
Good.
meatball.
That was a good memory, though. I was excited to meet you, and that was a fun night.
Yeah, definitely. I was super hyped. It was yeah, you guys were all super nice. It was really that was actually really cool. That was like a positive. Like I remember going there, and it was funny too. Throw my partner under the bus, and I remember we were talking, and it was like, yeah, we're going back. It's like Hell Week when we go back, and I was like, oh, they're like, yeah, the new issue we have
Yep.
to get everything ready, and I was like, do you have a Northern Ed? Because I haven't heard anything, and they were like, you know, you guys were, no, they haven't sent the Ed in yet, and I was like, oh my god, so I got on my partner like, they take money from us if we have this Ed or not, so we gotta, and he had to like
That's
rush
right.
around, and luckily I think it was Theories or somebody, was like, they were like, well, Theories didn't put the Ed in yet, and I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
we
that
have time.
evening it was me, yourself, Paul, Jamie, and David Jerusik. It was the four of us, I think. Maybe Brian Blakely. I don't remember if BB was there.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and David was the guy how we ended up even talking
exactly.
to you guys
Exactly.
at the time.
We'll let you guys get back to it. I don't
Yeah.
know if you're doing some commentary
Very
over
cool.
Chris Cole. Chris Cole skating.
Going through all random Transworld parts.
That's
Pulled
cool.
pulled them out of a hat. That's where
Awesome. Skating Chafee.
Yeah.
You know it.
The randomizer. I will start it over again. I don't want to take
Yeah.
away from anything. And then, so Mitch, since you're buddies with him, were you like in the mix with any of this stuff?
Yeah, some of it. This was like right when I first started working was when this stuff came out. Yeah, we were all wearing these like Levi's engineered jeans because he got them. This rail was around the corner from the shop.
Yeah, there's like a dwindle.
See, so you have
Yeah.
like some of that
yellow
like
shirt and
yellow
a flat
shirt.
top, and then
Enjoy
I took
Cole.
him there.
switches up to the zero.
That pink ledge he did the drop down. I remember taking him there. There was a Circa was touring, and they said at the shop I worked at they needed somebody with a generator, and I was like, yeah, I hate Circa, but I'll do it. They better give me something for it. I thought I was gonna get paid for it, and I took them around, and the team manager was some dude.
Oh
Baby
my God,
Ice,
yeah.
Yeah, Ryan
Yeah.
Reyes.
Rawls' younger
and
brother.
yeah, I remember I was just like, I don't care about any of this. I'm just thinking. And then the guy's like, yeah, we'll send you some shoes. And like a month went by, and I was like, dude, where are these shoes? He's like, yeah, I knew you were gonna be an asshole about this, and I was like,
Dude,
I was like,
fake
dude,
Ollie
I-
switch front board down a rail is ridiculous.
well, he's like amazing, right? Like at this time, was he a top 5 skater easily?
Not that
Yeah,
he wasn't
this is,
even pro
so
yet
In
at this
Bloom was an
point.
all AM video. That's the thing. And then they tried to,
I
and
love
then they
this
tried to
line.
do it again.
He
Nah,
wasn't
In
pro
Bloom's
at this
all
point.
AMs.
No. He got on
That's
zero
insane.
in March. I think this video came out in like January or
Yeah, they
like
always
June
came out in
or
the
something.
summer.
And then Dying to Live came out in like the late fall of that year, and that's when he went pro. Like right before Dying to Live.
This is his first zero. I mean, first part where he's on zero right here.
Yeah,
Did
he's
he
like
get
just
clowned on
getting
for that one, Mitch?
What's up?
Did he get clowned on for that one?
Which one?
This
The back 50?
grass 50-50.
Not really, because it was taller on that side.
I just remember it was like, oh, here it was like, there's grass over there.
I don't know. I just remember the front board from
Yeah, I was gonna
Dying
say,
to
he
Live
ended
was so he got destroyed doing that. Like he got broke off so many times. That was one like as soon as he made it, he broke his board because Jamie was making him like redo so much stuff. Like oh, I think you could do that a little better, and that one was so hard that he like broke his board as soon as he landed it because he didn't want to have to do it again. That Chafee line where he goes up the stairs and does like the 3 tricks is cool.
Oh, tray flip nose slide. That's pretty insane. Yeah.
Jesus.
Us to go to Tampa Am, and he was on Enjoy, and then he got down there and like like their names would like come up on the website or whatever, and it said he skated for 0, and we were all like, what the hell?
Had to quit monkey sticks grip.
So was that cool to you guys? Were you guys like, yeah, we fuck more with 0 than Enjoy, or were you like,
Yeah,
I don't know. At the time,
because like we knew Enjoy like had no plans for him and wasn't really doing anything for him. It was just kind of like, oh cool, they give him boards, and but he didn't give a shit. He just like he repped Circa so hard at that point because at least they like cared about what he was doing.
which is pretty crazy, man. And that was Enjoy, like Pulio was on. That was like a
Yeah.
clusterfuck of
Yeah,
people.
that's what he was
Rod
skating. He would always skate this Pulio board because they would make it in an 8-3 for him.
Yeah, Dave Mayhew.
His board was a plank, dude. His like the boards they would make him, and even his 0 shape. Like this is when everybody was still skating like a 7.75
cool.
or an 8, and he was skating this like 8-3 that was like the flattest board ever. And he was skating with 147 Thunders because it was the widest Thunders they made at that point.
yeah, I think
So he had like the craziest
Yeah.
looking setup. So he would have like these super wide
Yeah, I
wheels.
think he
to try and
still
get his
skates
board
like
to be
an
a little bit
he
wider.
still skates like an 8.5 that's like just almost like rectangular.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen shit. It's been probably at least 5 years since I've seen him.
He's around. I see him around San Diego. He skates like the skate park that I go to, and he used to come to the Transworld park a bunch with like Dane Berman and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. He just it's one of those things like when he moved out west, we kind of like lost touch. But he would come home and I'd see him when he was here, but we just don't talk like that.
Pros I used to know.
We could do an episode about all of our pro friends who've ditched us, Mitch.
Like I went to your wedding. I know you that well. Yeah, I think his oldest son is like the same age as my daughter. Like
Real life.
in like a couple months. Yeah, kills it.
He's
Good
a
for him.
natural, man. He's like
Very
I've
cool.
seen him just mess around,
And he still skates.
in the
No, it's
Transworld
unreal.
Park,
Like see him like skate a skate
yeah,
park.
him and Dan Berman or whoever, they'll be like thinking of like dork tricks, which are like insane, and Cole will like work it out within a few tries. Like, oh, I've never done like nollie back, heel back, nose blunt, nollie flip in on a quarter pipe, and 5 tries later, it's like he'll do it.
Well, yeah, even that DC part that he filmed that
Oh,
was
it's all never been done, right? Yeah.
never been done tricks. like they were goofy and like a lot of them were like circus tricks, but they were still.
Oh yeah, he had like
ridiculous.
insane ledge tricks in there, huh? And flat bar tricks. Back when you could do an NBD.
So anyway, all right,
Back to
Steve, let's
back
get to the
part.
randomizer.
Two more parts.
Two more sounds good.
I got two stuck together. I'm gonna put them back. Here we go. None of this cheating shit. We're gonna. Pete Eldridge,
Nice,
hallelujah.
Nice.
Oh man, talk about mystery and
Skating to Rick Ross, huh?
Yeah, look at that. It was an omen.
yeah, the Rick Ross song.
Yeah.
Pete's had some good
Oh yeah.
songs.
Yeah, between his mystery part and the Hallelujah part. Trying to think. I know I went to
Yeah, even the
2010.
bootleg
I
song.
went to Vegas with him, Chris Ray, and Ryan DeCenzo while they were making this part. But I don't know. So yeah, okay. So yeah, this full pipe is in Vegas. I have a photo of him doing like a kick turn in there. Yeah.
Man.
Saw Pete last week. I was so psyched. I haven't seen him in years.
Oh yeah, you're in LA, huh?
He was out here.
Oh,
They were
okay.
doing, like some Adidas. Trip.
Yeah, I always see him like, he's always with the Adidas team, so that's rad. Is he like a
So was he on Mystery at this point, or was he on Cliche?
wasn't on Cliche.
Mystery,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I have a photo of that right there. I shot that. That's in Vegas too. Yeah, he's mystery.
That's right by my house.
Yeah, so is he like one of the team managers for Adidas? Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, these lines are great.
Yeah, it's so funny because he's like that dude that like repped. He's like that Angelitas category. Of,
Yeah.
like, repped Adidas long before there was like a skate program.
Yeah, he was wearing, shell toes kind of like, I think he might have been wearing them when like Adidas skateboarding wasn't even making them, so he'd have to get like Adidas original shell toes, but yeah. He was a shell toes.
Yeah, I think once he was like off DVS, he just started wearing those.
Martin had a dream, ball got high. I still
Should have.
Mm-hmm.
Hope so. Yeah.
Dude, that nollie backside flip. Jeez.
Yeah, pretty sick that Jamie hooked him up when, he had no sponsors. Yeah, that part is amazing. That part might be his best part ever, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
I mean, his bootleg stuff is insane too.
But this one's like quality.
Yeah.
Like everything he does in here is really
Yeah.
solid.
fuck one time. We boys in the hood and
Yeah.
about my future in the loops. I could
Damn, switch heel.
Oof. Let's switch heel. See, look, Steve, they know how to promote shoes.
Bubble? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't make the premiere. I thought it was really good. I was impressed. It's funny because I remember going to the premiere of The Flare, and that was kind of like a whole new team. I remember going to the premiere like, fuck, I don't even know if I know the Lakai
Oh,
team,
yeah.
but I remember I was like, oh, it was really good. I love the intro. If you go back and watch the Flare intro where the like Feds like drops the camera and it's rolling, I still think, and there's a Bowie song. I still think that's genius. And like I was saying at the
Side note, this has to be somebody else's board. Like green wheels.
Okay, so on this Switch 5050,
There's no way Pete's
he
running that
he
shit.
made it, but whoever filmed him do the Switch 5050 like didn't get the footage. Like John Holland was looking for it, and they never got the footage for whatever reason. And then like a month after Hallelujah came out, that filmer like posted it. I don't know. It came out somewhere, and I remember like going to John because I knew John Holland like wanted that clip and couldn't get it. And I remember like going in there and be like, "Hey, did you like look at the footage is in like this other video or something?" And John like kicked the couch in the Transworld office. So yeah, Pete he did it, and it's in some other video somewhere. But I remember it came out, and yeah,
This is my favorite Tom Asta era, I think.
yeah, Tom.
Right when he was first getting on.
He's so good.
Dude, switchback nose grind fakie flip. Maldonado.
Sick.
So sick.
Alyssa,
Alyssa.
KT. I
KT.
forgot he had all these guest tricks. Oh, there he is. Was it cab that?
Yeah.
The Cobra.
Oh, 2 Cobra tricks.
That thing
3
sucked.
Cobra tricks. Oh, maybe
3 in a
Maybe
line.
Pete was light on footage.
This random spot showed up. They were like doing construction in this train station right around the corner from here.
Oh, and then this is the last
And,
trick.
it
Switch
was
front
like
trick.
all of a sudden it was a hot
That's
spot.
insane. Oh, that's
Yeah.
when
Oh
Pete
my
lived
God.
in Denver for a while, right? How random is that?
In Denver.
Looking back, yeah, he lived in
Yeah,
Denver for
yeah.
years, and then he moved out to San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he lived in kind of like this skate house in like Encinitas with like Lanny Rhodes and Windsor James, and I think Pete had a dirt bike in his bedroom. I think I went over there and like saw inside his bedroom, and there was a dirt bike sitting in there. Great part.
One of my favorites, though.
That's the New Jersey in him.
Jersey.
You guys ready for the
finest. All right,
finale?
last part.
Rob Welsh,
Classic.
free your mind.
Sick.
Classic. And this was Welsh's last video part, right? Last solo, like, without being in a montage, right?
Yeah.
I read that
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I can tell you at the premiere, this is before I worked at Transworld 2, I think. Maybe, I think so. This premiere.
This came out right after Sight Unseen.
Yeah, so I don't think I was working for him yet. But I went to this premiere, and they would always premiere him at the Transworld Awards. It'd be like the award show, and then they'd premiere the video. And for 2 years, they had it at some open air amphitheater up in Hollywood. Like, I don't know if it was, I don't know the name of it, but some nice amphitheater. And I remember this one. He got like a standing ovation. I was sitting right in front of kind of him and the whole deluxe, him and Morford and Gerwer and all those dudes. And he got like a standing ovation after this part. And me and my buddies, like Mike Fitz, were like, fuck yeah, we were there doing it too. And I turned around to look at him. It's a little misty-eyed. Not going to say he's crying, but, you know. Must feel nice to get a standing O, you know.
Well, yeah, because then it was after this, and they started working on Fully Flared, and that's when he blew out his
he
knee.
was, in that montage with Lenosi. But he killed it, though. I just saw it the other day. And it's Lenosi, Scott Johnston, and him. And I think maybe he closes it out. He's got good footage in there. Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Because he was on some of those like filming trips, so he had stuff.
That's what. And I remember he was living in Arizona at one, like when they were filming Fully Flared. He like lived in Arizona. I remember
Yes.
I was on it. We were on a trip for And Now, and we were in. I was with Richie Jackson. Funny enough, Richie Jackson, John Holland, Kenny Hoyle, Andy Beaumarchais, filming trip to Phoenix, and we met up with Rob at a bar, and his girlfriend at the time was like DJing like country music. Right?
Man.
Funny. I started watching this part earlier today and thought like, wow, this whole thing's in SF. That's sick, and like the songs like super
It's a
SF.
Frisco.
But then eventually it goes into like
Selsky. Frisco.
Yeah.
Classic. Yeah, I mean his aesthetics part is his best part, but this is probably his second best part, right? Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Well, is that about? What other?
Five
those are his
flavors.
parts, right?
5 flavors.
Is that it?
Mad Circle.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. And he stole the
great
show
part,
in that
yeah.
video. Stole the damn
Oh,
show.
that fakey flip.
And then in that Lakai tour video, Beware the Flare, he's got really good footage in that.
I remember Anthony telling me Papalardo was like, when he was like, yeah, Welsh blew out his knee, and he's like, dude, he wanted last part in that Fully Flared video. Like, his mindset was like, I want my best part in this video, and then he got hurt, which is, it's like sad, you know? So
Yeah, and I remember him telling me he would come to the Transworld Park all the time because he worked at KO. He was like brand manager for Expedition, and they were like KO was like a block over from Transworld. So him and Kalis would come over all the time, and yeah, I remember him talking about the Fully Flared trips. He's like, I saw the best skating ever go down like right in front of me. That nose slide's classic.
Milton Keynes,
That's so
England.
cool. That
Yeah.
nose slide pop out.
That's funny. I remember that nose slide being in Beware the Flare, but it's insane. Oh, that photo.
Dude, this
Siu
back
Trin
nose
shot
one.
that photo. Yes, Rob and Sal Barbier both hit me up recently because they wanted a high-res version of that photo for something. It might have been the Palace Aesthetics thing, actually.
Oh, that would make sense. Because they skated that board.
Yeah.
Joey Pepper clips.
Killing it.
Yeah, so another one, dude. Aesthetics was so dope.
Yeah.
Did that do well out in Cali?
At Pacific Drive skate shop, it was
It
like
did, okay.
Aesthetics in Elwood, like that was an era. Like all the Elwood denim was on like the first rack, and yeah, Aesthetics boards were the shit. Cause yeah, I mean Sal Barbier was like, you know, used to hang out at Pacific Drive and live in PB before he moved up to LA. So
I hung out with Ron Rez while I was in LA. Speaking of aesthetics in
Who?
Elwood,
Okay.
Yeah, he was a rep for them.
Ron
Yeah,
Resurrection.
my buddy down here, Pat Top, was their rep back in that era, and so yeah, I remember going up to L.A. and going to the warehouse and hanging out with Sal.
Because it was big here too. I guess that's because it was like the coolest company that in Elwood.
That's
It's
the
so
Elwood.
crazy that
Great.
Zoo came in and they were you'd think they were all rolling in it.
Yeah.
Partners though, right? Like weird partnership stuff.
Oh, at Aesthetics in Elwood. Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Like Sal and whoever the partners were. Something went down, and then Sal took everybody to New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like who would have backside double flip? Like who would have ever thought that'd be cool?
It might be one of the only ones that I think is acceptable.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude. You have to be pants. My God.
Dude, there's a photo of him from some
The Tampa,
At Tampa.
Crooked Grind.
Yeah.
the biggest.
Dude, that
sweatpants
photo will
ever.
live forever, man. They post it like every year.
That was a
Yeah,
hell of a way
great,
to end.
great one to go out on.
Welsh is
Welsh will
on
be
another
happy if
level.
he hears this. Shout out to Welsh. Up in SF.
Yeah, dude. I don't know any kind of skater who wasn't into him. Like,
Yeah. I remember the
Yeah.
Aesthetics Ride or Die premiere. I couldn't make it to the San Diego one, but my roommate at the time went. I think I had to work. I think I had a night job. And it's kind of like, I was like, first question, it's like, dude, did Rob Welsh have a good part? And I remember my roommate going like, dude, you're not going to believe it. Epic.
Yeah, he had the new.
It starts off with like the half cab flip nose manual, nollie back heel out. It's the most gangster way to start a part.
I just remember that. I was like, God, such a great time in skating.
Before the internet ruined everything.
Such a great time. That's the truth, man. Oh,
Yeah. I remember the only time I've ever met Welsh was that I talked about it before, but when they had that Dying to Live premiere here, and like there was like they had it at a movie theater, and it was so packed that like they showed it once and they were supposed to show it a second time, so like all the city guys came for the later one, and the movie theater was like, "Fuck no, you guys got to get out. This is insane." There was like hundreds of kids in the lobby trying to get into like this whatever theater. So we wound up going back to the skate shop with just Kalis and Welsh and KT and a couple other people, and showing them the video with like all the Zero guys. That was cool.
I think the Dying to Live.
But he was like super nice to
The
everybody.
Dying to Live premiere in San Diego might be the one where they like the front like glass door of the theater got broken.
yeah,
and
they crashed the
canceled
doors
it.
in.
Yeah. Yeah, I was there. I was inside.
for a Zero video?
In San Diego, man, at the height. Yeah, it was crazy. I was
Yeah, come on.
I mean, I guess I get
Yeah.
it. But a Zero video?
I forget how popular Zero was
The world
in
needed
the
to be
Dying to Live
introduced
era.
Lindsay Robertson.
It was huge. I just
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But it was huge. I mean, just think of like the image changing. Like they had, every kid would. If you're into that, like there was tons of kids with Zero shirts, and that was like huge. It was huge.
Oh yeah. When Cole got on, every kid around here looked like the kid from
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Yeah. The army. Kids wearing the army shirts.
Amazing.
Yeah.
One more, and then we're
no.
done.
He's
Yeah.
got a
Is that
special
cool?
selection.
No.
Blair, do you mind?
All right.
I'm
cool.
enjoying this. All right, one more. I
think
feel
you
like we got
should-
off
you gotta
too
call.
easy. Oh, here we go, Blair. This one's for you.
Oh,
Nick
love this
Trapasso
part.
and now.
This is a perfect part, man.
Yeah.
John Lennon and Stoney Trapasso.
Oh wait, is this
Oh
the
yeah.
pajama pants part? or
This
is
and
that
the
Suffer
and the toy
Joy?
machine part. The toy machine like suffer the joy, and
Yeah.
then this part is when Trapasso
Yeah.
was like the coolest kid in skateboarding for a few years.
I always thought he looked like Britney Spears.
Yeah, I was a bigger fan of bootleg Trapasso.
Little kid
Little
with the
kid
big old new
style.
era.
He was sick in that toy machine part.
Yeah,
Was
the
it
toy
Suffer
machine
Joy?
part where he skates the sleepwalking. That's the best, but the Transworld part's pretty good
Yeah.
too. I remember being at that toy machine premiere,
Yeah,
and
this
everybody in the
was-
theater was like, oh shit, he's like better than like most pros. and just like, yeah, had the pajama pants like pegged
Yeah.
up high. Yeah, it was just sick, man. He, you know, he didn't look like anyone else.
He looks exactly like Shane Cross.
That was,
Like in some of that footage.
yeah, the hair, I guess, and the tie dye. But I feel
They
like,
had very like
I don't
similar
know.
style.
I don't even know if those two ever really hung out. Oh, they're both on
Oh
Vulcan,
no,
right?
but it's just like very similar.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
know where
yeah.
Trapasso got it from. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that article. It was interesting. I don't know. I know. Well, the
yeah,
dude,
because he was like running life extension.
the
out
dude
of
at
a garage.
Vans, I think this dude Steve Luther at Vans was like the TM marketing guy, and I think he was tight with Trapasso, so he went to start that initial Converse team with like Ethan Fowler, Raymond Molinar, and I think those are the dudes he was tight with at Vans, and so I think that's why Trapasso went over. And then yeah, he got the pro model, and maybe he's getting paid more too. Yeah, I mean it might have been really good money, you know. I remember skating him. Papalardo. Yeah, yeah, because that was like that original Cons team, right? It was like Papalardo, Trapasso, Ethan Fowler, Molinar, maybe Rune Glifberg, and all those ads with the animals. Remember that? Sammy Baca, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That yeah. I went to New York for Papalardo's shoe release party at that. What's the Italian restaurant right on like Houston, like West Houston? Like- No, no. I got a shoe and I got like a die-cast keychain of the shoe. The Italian restaurant though, it's like Joe Face's favorite restaurant too. I went there with him and all the Dickies guys a few years later. It's not Little Frankie's, but it's like Arturo's or something. It's right by like TF West, Houston. But that's where Papalardo's shoe release party was, and it was in like February, and New York was like covered in snow. Remember they were showing Bill Strobeck had made an edit just for that night. It might have been that pigeon video. I don't know. He made some edit. Eventually came out online later, but they were showing like a Strobeck black and white video on loop. Might have been that one. Whichever one had a lot of old Papalardo footage.
I don't need money. You want some food? I'll feed all you guys right now. Right there, BK.
Okay, thanks for the offer. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't let a motherfucker bullshit you. Proof's in the pudding. Proof's in the pudding.
Restless people.
And I just got out of Rikers Island today.
The one that Charles Manson, like the song was Charles
I
Manson
don't know.
singing.
It was something that he made just for that
Yeah.
premiere, and then eventually it made it onto YouTube or something.
Here we go. This was like, wasn't this at 6 in the morning?
Oh, the 5-0. So yeah, I was thought I was gonna go shoot that 5-0 because I was taught like Boosh had hit me up and he was like, I don't know if you know who Boosh is, but he's like, you can only skate that thing at like dawn. It's on like some pier in Long Beach, and I was like, shit, all right, like I'll charge up my strobes and I'll leave here at San Diego at like 4 in the morning or 3:30, so I'll get there at 5. So like had my alarm set for 5. And Boosh was like, yeah, I'm going to stay up all night drinking. And then, because I think Skin was supposed to shoot it, but they couldn't get a hold of Skin. So I'm like, fuck, all right. Like, kind of like got my alarm set, got all my camera gear ready. And then Boosh calls me at like 1 in the morning. He's like, no, we got a hold of Skin. Skin's going to come shoot it. I'm like, okay, all good. And then, yeah, when I saw Skin's photo, it was like better. It was like perfect. It was like fisheye, black and white, no flashes. Like, got underneath. It was a cover with like, got kind of like underneath the thing, whatever. But then in the footage, and then I remember talking to Skin, I was like, dude, I was going to go shoot it, whatever. And he was like, yeah, Boosh had been up all night. He'd been building a wizard staff, like all the beer cans. So you can see in the footage, when Nick rolls away, you can see Boosh in the background with like this overhead wizard staff. But it's funny because I talked to him the night before, and I was about to drive up there at the crack of dawn to shoot that, but I'm glad Skin did it because he nailed it.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Well, Blair, thanks for coming
having me on. Let's do another one.
Yeah, we will.
All righty.
We'll take you up on that.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Cool.
And then yeah, that's it. So that's our season finale. We're done. We'll be back. Yeah. So oh, Blair, do you want to plug anything? Do you have any of those like?
Skateboarding.com. If you're in San Diego, stop by Sixes and Sevens Skate Shop. You can always order online. You know, you want to support your local skate shop. This is officially owned and run by skaters, all ex-Transworld employees. And Black Plague Beer, also skater owned. If you're anywhere, if they got exactly
Jordan Hoffert.
if they got Black Plague on tap or in cans, give it a taste. Get the Tony Hops IPA or the Nija Hazy. How's that for a plug?
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Are those
Those
real?
are like two of our best sellers. Grab the Tony Hops in the fridge right there. Yeah, grab the Tony Hops
Oh my god.
in the back
Tony
up top, I
Hops.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a board
We
with
do
it,
we do
right?
boards too.
When
We
it
got
first came
Nija
out?
boards too of his beer. Product placement like the Wayne's World freaking. Let's get a good graphic out. Tony
Yeah.
Hops IPA. This shit was a bestseller.
Amazing.
That's
Might still be.
amazing.
And then Nigel's beer was
I'm sure.
that's another one of the graphics. I think like Birdhouse's artist did the graphics. But yeah, Tony's an investor, co-owner. Nija, bunch of pro skaters. Yeah,
Good job.
yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks for the plug.